let's start with the truth that you were right. You have to slow down. And the only way you can slow down is you avoid stress. And the reason why you can avoid stress is easy, because there is three things that you can count on. First, you have a very, very great appearance on the stage. You seem self-confident. You have a really pleasant voice, so you can speak slowly, you can speak fast, and it is good to hear your voice. And the most important in my sense, and unfortunately I have a lack of it, you have a very great English knowledge. So these are the things I really like in your speech. And you have to gain the self-confidence from this one. This is my second point. Now see the improvement areas. Here we have again 3 points. Speak freely, and don't try to memorize all the things you want to share with your audience, because it is totally unnecessary. When you do the memorization, you are encouraged to speak faster, and that is why you don't have the pauses, which is very important, because the audience should have the interest, and with the pauses you can keep the interest on the things you want to share with us. When you said nowadays, when you use the transitions in your speech, it can be felt that you memorized the speech. And at the conclusion, I was a little bit disappointed, because it was a very meaningful conclusion, but you said it with the same voice level you used during your whole speech. So please try to focus on that. And in case you have the concept in your mind, what message you want to share with us, you can focus on free speaking. And the third thing is you have to use the stage. I think that it would be better if you start to walk very slowly, then ask a question very slowly again, because that would be easy for us to follow your way of speaking. And the conclusion is my evaluation is, please try to avoid stress, gain self-confidence, and in case you succeed in this thing, you can improve the things I've mentioned before. So go for it.
Now is the time to vote for the best evaluator. You have a third slip that you can write the name of the best evaluator on and pass it to Zoli. Also, you may notice that you have several other parts of those big slips you had to give feedback to the topics master, and then later on to the general evaluator, who is just about to come on stage. Our general evaluator tonight is Ildikó Szilágyi. Ildikó, please come and give an evaluation.
At first, I would like to call the role takers, the timer at first, to give a short report about the duration of the speeches and the improved speeches.
Well, everybody did a great job. Only 2 people have exceeded the time limit. Tamás has exceeded by 18 seconds, but it was because of the low speed of the internet, and during his evaluation, Attila has exceeded by 7 seconds, so it was okay.
Thank you. Then next, our Alcantara.
Thank you, Judith. First of all, I really enjoyed to be an Alcantara. That was the first time, and it's really fantastic how focused you can be during the meeting. It was really great. And also another good advice, don't click in your ears, because after you won't hear anything. So, The speakers, it was a really great job. Tamás and Richard, you had just one filling word. Blanca, please click for me. Blanca, you had 13 during your speech, and you used a couple of times, so you repeat some words. During the table topic, the winner was Csongor with 12 filling words, and you use regularly when you give your reports also. During the evaluation, Edith used 9 filling words and used to repeat something also. When you're thinking, it's also disturbing. And Judith, you used 17 filling words. And thank you.
And let's see. Our grammarian has some extra comments.
First of all, let's start with the word of the day. Richard and Edith used it 1 time, that I counted, and Zoltán and Viktor used it twice, so you are both new. In terms of positive expressions, I really like the following: give my full attention to something, never ceases to amaze me, that was really nice, did become a prophet of something, and my favorite one was to boldly go into the unknown by Viktor. In terms of mistakes, I only noted a couple of errors, like you seemed self-confident, maybe that was just pronunciation. There was like a lot of flower stands, I think it's lots of flower stands. And Tamás, just a general comment, I think you used a lot of jargons, at least it seemed to me, like football jargons. Maybe that's just me. And there was one, I could make them more interesting in the proper usage would be, I could make them more interested in something. That was it. Thank you.
And the most interesting part, or ballot count. Are you finished with counting the ballots? Then please give your report.
Dear fellow Toastmasters, thank you very much for the attention. Let's start with the evaluators. Our best evaluator today was our grammarian, Lila Sigeti. Next one is a table topic speaker. Our table topic speaker is a pioneer in his job because he will die soon in a car bomb. Attila Zengor. And the best speaker for today, there was a big competition between the 2 kinds of sports, and the winner today is the squash. So Richard.
Thank you. Now I would like to give a short summary about what I felt in the last 1.5 hours. Or Toastmaster, Esther, you feel very confident here at the stage. Your English is quite good, and I like your presence here. Although I was missing something. You introduced the role takers, but didn't mention the evaluators. They have also an important role. But others were quite perfect. We started on time. With the starting round, it was quite nice question, and also for the table topics, I never thought that we could have so different opinions about the same question. I really liked it that everybody had something different from the others, and I think it's very nice. The speakers, I was really happy that today I heard 2 speeches which were connected to sports. You know, I'm really a great fan of sports. I'm doing also a lot of physical activities, and I was really happy about. I felt that the spiritual level started quite low. Tamás gave a very professional presentation with Prezi, and I think, yes, he was a pioneer in that area. And but I was missing the spirit from this speech. And Richard, I think also you are a professional speaker for me. And we finished with a speech which I think was a very, very heart-moving speech for me. And to choose that kind of topic, I think you have to know, you have to a little bit more practice and more preparation. And that's very important for Toastmasters, that you have to practice, practice and practice. This practicing, the easiest way for practicing is to participate at the table topics. Today we had a really nice table topic, which is useful because almost everybody of us had a similar situation. And I think we get some good tips during the table topics. The closing was very smooth. I loved it. It was very, very nice. I'm not sure that I have ever heard something similar. And that's the most important thing. You could feel the essence of Toastmastering only here at the stage. So I would like to ask all of you, never say no to if somebody calling you at the stage. I think it's yes, I think we should quit this addiction, which is popular in Hungary, that we are fear from public speaking. You could learn and add value of this meeting with your own presence at the stage. And if you leave this room, you could use the tips that you learned here. For the evaluators, it were very focused evaluations. You will give improving areas and good points. And I'm about the closing. I couldn't finish my my evaluation speech because all the table topics and all the evaluations were so useful that I could concentrate only here at the stage. And I am very thankful that I could be here today. Thank you.
Thank you. Now I would like to ask you if any of you has an announcement. So, Atish, please.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Is there anyone who has had the fifth speech? Please put up your hands. Okay. So all the others are below the fifth speech. You have not had your fifth speech. For those who have not had their fifth speech, next week we are going to have a competition and we need timers, judges and vote counters. And any of you can qualify, we just need help. Now for those who have had their fifth speech, next Monday when you walk into this building, there will be several people who will be here for you to compete. You have the opportunity to compete for the first time. I guess most of us it will be the first time. At an international competition, international speeches and evaluation speeches are going to happen, and you have the chance, if you win, to go forward to the area level on the 22nd of March and to the division level on the 5th of April, which will take part in Prague. Now, what is important here is that I see in lots of eyes that we are intimidated of speaking in front of people, and I don't know what is really is. I just know that several people, oh, I'm not prepared with a speech, and I don't know, it's not for me now. Most of the time we think that we are not ready, but actually Toastmasters tells us when we are ready, and the only condition is to be a Toastmaster and to have your sixth speech. If you've got that, then you can compete. And what is important here is that the first time when I gave my first competition speech, before that I didn't want to go because I thought, well, a few years to go and then I will be ready. I always thought that I'm not ready. But then I heard that if you want to be a good public speaker, then grab every opportunity that comes to speak. There are very rare opportunities when you have the chance to speak in front of a huger, of course it will be a huger public, and to compete with others as well, and to really have stakes. Your speech can really have stakes. I know that some are here in order to experience with the speeches that we go through and during the Competent Communicator manual. Sometimes experience, sometimes do experiments as well, like Prezi, like throw yourself onto the floor and, I don't know, play that. But this is the time when you can use what you actually learned. So anyone who's above 6th speech, come to David. He's David. And he's going to register you, and you still have 1 whole week to prepare with your speeches.
What is the topic? Is it
humorous? It is an international speech contest and an evaluation contest. Evaluation, I guess it's obvious, you have to evaluate on stage. The international speech contest is about whatever you